Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Within. It's your host Felicia.
And Rowena.
Hyperpigmentation is something that's really quite common for most of us, whether it's from marks left over from pimples, breakouts or acne, or even like sun-induced spots, which is what you kind of have, right? Or even things like melasma.
Depending on what type of hyperpigmentation you're dealing with, it can be quite simple to reduce or quite stubborn and can take months of consistent TLC to help brighten and lighten up certain areas. Trust me, I know.
And most of the time we all like to see, really quick results, but some things just take time, and it's probably the best approach and mindset to take when it comes to skincare.
But because we all go through different skin situations that bring about discoloration and uneven skin tone issues, we'll see that there are quite a lot of ingredients out there designed and marketed to help lighten and brighten the looks of these hyperpigmentation marks.
And to make it easier, we thought it would be really fun to share with you guys our personal routines when we want to tackle some of these like discoloration issues and discuss some of the most gentle and effective ingredients formulated to deal with this.
It's like niacinamide, azelaic acid, alpha-arbutin, and polyhydroxy acid or PHA, and a new and exciting ingredient,
tranexamic acid!
in our nighttime skincare routine to really help with evening out the skin tone and helping with hyperpigmentation issues.
Because we want to spread our ingredients over the entire skincare routine, right? And it's important to know how to layer and recipe build with these ingredients. And for this video, we're excited to collab with the INKEY List, because if you go into their Instagram, they also educate us on what ingredients work with different skin types and which products will help with specific skin concerns like hyperpigmentation. So that's why we're really excited to work together with them to share more details about new ingredients like tranexamic acid that are really gentle but effective on our skin. And make sure you watch through to the end to see the entire routine, because it's all about the layering and the effectiveness of these ingredients throughout the routine that will really help.
Emphasis on the gentle.
So with that, let's recap what hyperpigmentation actually is.
Let's first quickly go over what hyperpigmentation is and how it forms in the first place.
The hyperpigmentation refers to any condition that leads to a discoloration or a darkening of the skin. So it's pretty general.
One of the most common forms of hyperpigmentation we think of when we say dark spots is usually referring to post-inflammatory pigmentation or PIH.
And it's pretty common for those of you who've ever popped a pimple, basically probably all of us, or had any sort of inflammation on the skin which then left a brown or reddish mark, even from like scratching, or if you hurt yourself, like eczema.
Eczema.
Yeah.
Eczema scars all over my body. One of the other most common form of hyperpigmentation is melasma, which can be caused by repeated sun exposure, pregnancy, or hormonal fluctuations, which can all bring about the bigger, patchy, and blotchy darkening of the skin.
And this can develop anywhere on the cheeks, the forehead, the upper lip, and chin, so anywhere.
The good news is that these type of hyperpigmentation or discoloration on the skin will naturally go away in time because our skin renews and sheds itself on a daily basis, but some stubborn marks can take much longer because it might have affected the deeper layers of the skin.
And this is where ingredient-focused skincare products specifically targeted towards dealing with pigmentation can really help speed up that cell renewal process and inhibit the melanin production that occurs in the skin in a gentle way.
So let's talk about our personal hyperpigmentation nighttime routines.
Routines chop and change all the time depending on the skin condition that you're trying to work with.
We love when the nighttime rolls around and we can do our nighttime routine because it's the perfect time to use specific ingredients and products to work through the night and support our body's natural repair mode while we sleep.
And the night is when the skin regeneration and renewal is all happening very naturally. So it's really important that we feed our skin the ingredients and nutrients that it needs at each step of our routine. So what's your typical nighttime ritual, or do you do anything before and after?
No, I just skincare and go to bed.
Really? Okay.
Is this supposed to be?
No, not really, because I leave my makeup on throughout the day until I shower, and that's when my skincare starts, because that's when I do cleansing, and then after the shower you keep going, and I light a candle all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
But what about the days you don't shower?
The days when I don't shower, well, that's when I just wash my face.
On days that I remember, I'll like spray this lavender pillow spray on my pillow.
And then,
I'm very simple. I just,
so starting with cleansing, how do you start off your skincare routine?
if I'm going for brightening and lightening and bing bing, I like going in first with the rice foaming cleanser from 9 Wishes. There's micro ground rice powder in here. Like you can't really feel it. It's there, but then you don't feel it. It's not coarse like the seeds. And rice is known for being very hydrating, very brightening. So I like this as a very gentle physical exfoliant to help buff away all of that dead skin.
Because it's the dead skin that can actually make you look really dull and ashy and not bright. And I was just looking up information on this on YesStyle, and I saw that people bought this because of our previous video and said it really helped with brightening as well.
And another reason it's good to start with gentle physical or chemical exfoliants in your cleansers because it will help the products that you apply later apply better. Because I do have combo skin, especially in my T-zone, I think my most problematic area with oil is like my nose. So with cleansers like this, I like gently first, you know, foaming around my face and then focusing on like the nose, like the butterfly zone of the pore area.
For me, I double cleanse, and I've been using the Then I Met You Living Cleansing Balm, and then I'll also use that with the cleanser, the Soothing Tea Cleansing Gel. So this has got persimmon, sea berry oil, grapeseed oil, vitamin E. Basically, it's like a very nourishing, take the day away makeup, but restores moisture to the skin. So similar to your rice foaming cleanser, the first ingredient on the Then I Met You cleansing gel is also fermented rice water and has that herbal scent to it. But as well as that, the formula brightens with licorice root extract, which calms and prevents aging, as well as green tea, and also PHA, which is also known as gluconolactone. And we're gonna mention PHA because it's one of those really gentle acids that work the same way as chemical exfoliants, but not as harsh.
Because the molecular size is the biggest.
Yeah, the structure of it won't seep as deep, which means less irritation.
Ooh, and it's also important that you cleanse for enough time. Because a lot of times you're just like, done. Yeah. But then it's recommended at least 60 seconds. Make it into like a mini ritual within a ritual.
Yeah, you're like thinking like, ooh, yeah. So that's our cleansing routine. Pretty simple, but effective. Yeah. And it's funny that we both picked cleansers with rice. So then next is toner.
Toners are a great way to start incorporating more of these brightening ingredients to lighten up the look of hyperpigmentation and uneven skin tone.
And you'll want to look for products with maybe some gentle AHAs like glycolic acid or lactic acid, but if you're sensitive and you want more of a gentle option, the INKEY List PHA is a really great way to go in your toning step as well.
The ones we've been using in our routine are, for me, it's the Ren Ready Steady Glow Daily AHA Tonic. This is my second bottle.
It's a cult favorite.
Yeah.
It's really good.
This is a skin resurfacing toner that helps to exfoliate your skin and therefore help with brightening and overall complexion while being gentle enough to use daily. So how AHAs work is that they stimulate the skin to naturally exfoliate, and this has lactic acid, willow bark extract, and it helps to work to smooth and help reduce the pore size, while azelaic acid helps with brightening and helps to even out the skin tone. So this is jam-packed with lots of goodies.
Yeah, and you'll hear repeatedly throughout this video, like azelaic acid, PHA, we're gonna mention the tranexamic and niacinamide. Like all of those ingredients are so good at gently brightening the skin. So that one has it all. But the very first few times I used it, it really did sting. But then after 2 days, it was fine.
I like the portion control. The portion control, child safe.
Yeah. It's like 2 pumps of it. Yeah. So the Ren is jam-packed with the AHAs, which could be irritating for some of you who aren't used to it. So a more affordable and gentle option is the PHA toner, and INKEY List, as well as Glossier, or Glossier, however you want to say it, also does a AHA, BHA, PHA toner. But this one is super safe for those of you with sensitive skin who still want the work of chemical exfoliants to buff away and slough off that dead skin, which helps, you know, in turn brighten scarring peeling and marks and things like that. PHA stands for polyhydroxy acid, and you'll see it listed as the gluconolactone or lactobionic acid in the ingredients list. So in the formulation of this one, it has gluconolactone, niacinamide, glycerin, and aloe leaf juice as the main humectants and key ingredients. So it is very good for hydration, and it improves the texture of the skin as well, which is really important because no one wants to look like a flaky tree trunk. You know what I mean? And it's gentle enough to use every day. And when you pair PHA with niacinamide, for those of you with oily or combination skin, it helps to balance the oil production on your skin. So it can actually help with that as well. Yes, it's super watery as well. I mean, toners are all water-based. Yeah. That's why it will just seep into the skin. And I wouldn't say layer that one because it's quite intense. Yeah, but with this one, you only need a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way as well.
And for the Glossier toner, it has AHA, BHA, and PHA for a little more money, but since that one also has other chemical exfoliants, it's not going to be as user-friendly as a straight-up PHA toner for sensitive skin.
Yeah. Now moving on to probably one of our favorite skincare products.
Serums, because they do work.
Yeah.
This is the part of your routine where it's I'm gonna put on my gloves and down and dirty.
Yeah, boxing gloves. And we're excited because although serums aren't completely a necessity in everyone's basic skincare routine, it is great to have an add-in to really target those specific skin concerns like brightening up hyperpigmentation.
Yes. So you definitely want to try using an ingredient-focused serum to help in fading these dark spots while maintaining hydration. I think that's the most important.
Actually, 2 to 4 serums that we want to share with you. It's the Galactoniacin 97 from Purita that we mentioned, but also the Insta Natural that we mentioned in our Walmart series. But because of this formulation, I want to bring on 2 others just to show you how all the ingredients that you'll use are very, very similar.
Purito's Galactoniacin 97 Power Essence. So in this, the galactomyces fermentation filtrate makes up 92% of the serum, and it's essentially the good bacteria of natural yeast, and only the enzymes and ingredients that are beneficial to the skin utilized to increase absorptions into the skin. Yeah. And there's also 5% niacinamide. It also contains moisturizing elements that are similar to our natural skin cells that help to balance oil and water, so it helps with the skin barrier as well as make the skin clear and help with texture.
Niacinamide works great for all skin types, which is great, right?
And it's a slow, gradual brightening. It's not you're not gonna put it on and instantly brighten your skin.
And that's a key point because we're gonna later on talk about things like hydroquinone, which is those instant. But there's a reason why it's a little bit controversial and why it's banned in Korea and Europe. The INKEY List also has a straight up niacinamide serum, and niacinamide can help to control oil, it can help reduce pore size, and it also is formulated with 1% hyaluronic acid. So I just love niacinamide. Probably one of the best videos we've ever done is the vitamin B3, aka niacinamide, because I just think everyone can benefit from it. It's a no-brainer ingredient that can be mixed and matched into every step of your skincare routine, and it just really helps to hydrate as well. And then this Insta Natural, this is the skin brightening serum with vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, alpha-arbutin, and niacinamide. So that's why I brought these 2 on as well, because they're the separated ingredients. When we want skin brightening, alpha-arbutin and niacinamide is another combo duo to look out for.
Arbutin is a molecule extracted from the bearberry plant or bush.
And alpha-arbutin is a water-soluble form of arbutin, and you'll see it in a lot of different brightening products, mainly in serums, overnight masks, and also water creams.
It works by blocking the tyrosinase, therefore reducing dark spots from forming.
And the good thing is that it's generally safe for all skin types again, and it also works really well with vitamin C as well as AHAs. So you could use this, and if you had any kind of booster, you could add vitamin C or AHA. So this is very gentle on its own.
And the INKEY List alpha-arbutin serum formulation has 2% alpha-arbutin to really brighten the skin, as well as squalane to soothe, nourish, and hydrate. It's a really effective no-fuss serum that glides over the skin, and a little goes a very long way.
And also the cool thing about all these is that it's very clean. Like there's no fragrance, questionable ingredients. And all the products from the INKEY List are under $15, so that's pretty cray and super affordable. And we know you guys love affordable options.
Now we're getting to the last step of our skincare routine. In real time, this would just be like maybe 2 minutes into your routine. So moisturizers and treatments. And here is a friendly reminder that for daytime, you want to sunscreen and protect yourself.
Yeah, because I mean, just wearing sunscreen is already reducing and helping deflate those signs of hyperpigmentation. So make sure you do that every day, every day, every day. The Dr. Wu, the Purito Sea Buckthorn, and the tranexamic acid, which we're super excited to share with all of you guys, because these are kind of like the workhorses of helping with hyperpigmentation and dark spots. Oh yeah, forgot my fave. The CosRx Centella Blemish Cream. The newcomer to the block, this is a relatively new ingredient, the tranexamic acid night treatment that we've both been using for different hyperpigmentation purposes, right? Then for me, it's like the acne marks, which I think a lot of you can relate to. And because it's a rather new ingredient, it's not widely available in the skincare world yet. You know, like you see Centella Asiatica being spread everywhere. It's like every brand. This is quite new and it's like a little secret because man, it can do a lot.
Tranexamic acid can actually be taken orally, injected and applied topically. And it was originally used in surgeries to stop excessive bleeding, which they still use for this purpose now.
And if you type this ingredient into YouTube or Google, you come up with these weird surgery videos. So that's how they use it medically.
But when applied topically, some studies have shown that it is comparable to hydroquinone, which is one of those really potent ingredients commonly used in lightening and brightening skincare products. But there's also controversy surrounding hydroquinone and whether it's a safe ingredient or not, which is why it's banned in EU and in Korea because it can definitely cause irritation.
So there was a study that tested hydroquinone and tranexamic acid on each side of the face with women in Iran, and both revealed that there was about 52% improvement of hyperpigmentation on both sides, but tranexamic acid caused less irritation when used at 2%. So essentially it works as a depigmenting agent, which helps to inhibit the production of melanin on our skin, which is why we have dark spots to begin with.
The overproduction of melanin is what creates these brown spots on our skin. Whether they're little spots, patches, or blobs, is the increase in melanin that is causing this.
So now that we know more about the ingredient, this comes in a cute little pump packaging. So when I have really bad like hormonal acne, I'm left with a war zone on my chin and my neck and, you know, jawline. So what I'll do is pump 2 of these. It's just a straight up like gel formulation. It might have like an interesting smell, but at least you know it's not fragrant.
More savory than sweet.
So I'll use 2 pumps and spread this all over the face down to the neck. Remember to spread all your skincare products from the hairline all the way down because this also ages. Formulation for any product is the key. So this overnight treatment has 2% tranexamic acid, which is also what they used a lot in the studies. 2% is like an ideal percentage, but it's also got acai berry extract, which is an antioxidant, and it helps to even out the skin tone as well. And it's also got a vitamin C derivative for further brightening up the face in a very gentle way, because in our vitamin C video, we said that L-ascorbic acid is the most potent, but the derivatives are more workable and it won't oxidize and it won't go rancid really easily.
You might be wondering how well tranexamic acid works with all the other ingredients and products. So tranexamic acid pairs very well with niacinamide as well as alpha-arbutin. When used with PHA, it helps with the cell turnover to reveal fresher, more glowing skin. So all in all, it's a very easy ingredient to incorporate into your routine as a treatment. I brought this to Korea when I was there for a week. Didn't really think about it. Just used it every night. And when I looked at my face when I came back, I was like, oh,
it's kind of nice.
It's lighter. I was like, what am I doing differently? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one.
It's like the subtle changes, right?
So the Dr. Wu Glutalite Intensive Whitening Lotion. It's formulated with glutathione and vitamin C glucose to improve skin tone and radiance, hence providing ultra brightening and hydrating effects. So glutathione is that quite questionable ingredient that people in Asia would inject themselves with to get like I think it's a Cinderella drip.
Honestly, like Asia is at the forefront of these brightening kind of ingredients because I think it's just like a cultural thing. They always wanted to be like light and bright.
So the texture of this intense whitening lotion is very light. There's not really a film after you use it, so I prefer using this during the summer hotter months, especially because if I'm gonna be sweating and my combo skin's gonna be out of whack, and especially if we're gonna be out in the sun, I need this a lot more. For winter, I would pair this with a thicker cream. So this is the Dr. Wu. And then the Purito Sea Buckthorn Vital 70 cream has 70% sea buckthorn extract, as well as macadamia seed oil, and it helps with whitening and anti-wrinkles. So
sea buckthorn has a lot of essential fatty acids to help replenish your like skin barrier, and it's also in a lot of cleansing balms as well, like in the very first step, or cleansing oils, because it helps to like nourish and soften the skin.
And it also helps with dark spots as well as dull skin tones to help you brighten your face.
Yeah, and you really want antioxidants in your products as well, because free radicals is also what causes dullness and kind of like aging skin that doesn't look very bright. So when you nourish and hydrate your skin, automatically your skin cells will be very plump and happy and bright.
I'm alive!
Yeah, seriously. Just a little shout out as well, the CosRx Centella Blemish Cream. I also use this when I have acne marks, and you're just supposed to like spot treat over that area, and it helps with inflammation, redness, and just like, you know, soothing and calming the skin. And all of these ingredients used together are actually all pretty safe. Yeah, it's not like you're using a retinol and so you shouldn't pair it with like other forms of acids and stuff like this, because all these that we mentioned, like the PHA, the tranexamic acid, the niacinamide, all of them can be used interchangeably, but once again, it really does depend on like each person's circumstance. So just make sure if you're introducing a new product, patch test it, and you want to patch test for at least a couple days to see if there is any reaction. But anyway, if you guys have like specific ingredient focused questions, what's really cool is that, you know, we all need a friend to answer this, and hopefully we try to do that. But you can go onto the INKEY List Instagram, where you can like DM them, ask them what you're using, the products, and which ones work well together, and they'll actually answer them for you. So that's a really good resource to have.
Customer service on point, man.
Now I think we're getting into very specific ingredients. People are very confused, and the more that brands are able to really just like shatter confusion step by step. Even for us, sometimes we get confused. Like we don't know why some things work, some things do on her or on me. So it's always nice to like be reassured that we're doing the right thing at least. You can check out all these. We'll leave all the links below. You can get some on YesStyle. You can get INKEY List on Sephora.
And with that, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.